We begin with breaking news tonight as we are learning more details about the imminent decision on disciplinary action for Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson. Multiple reports tonight the decision will come down tomorrow morning, and the Browns will finally know if their star quarterback will be missing any games this season. Let's get right to Nick Camino working this story all night. Nick, what do we know?
Good evening, Lena. It's been a very busy evening, as you know, and I think there's almost a sense of relief that at least now we know when this decision is going to be coming from Judge Sue L. Robinson. I mean, let's think about this. Watson was traded to the Browns back in March, right? His disciplinary hearing began back on June 28th. I mean, this has been something we have been waiting for quite some time. Tomorrow is already day 5 of training camp, and we will finally get the decision from Sue L. Robinson. It's expected to come down around 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. The retired judge informed both the NFL and the NFLPA that that would be the case. So now all of us are left wondering, right, how many games, if any, will Deshaun Watson be suspended? Well, I went one-on-one with the voice of the Browns, our own Jim Donovan, a little bit ago with that very same question.
I think the middle mark is 8 games. I think the Browns would love to get it to 6 games. I think that they would like to get it there. I think Deshaun Watson naturally would want 0 games, but I don't think that that is in the offing right now. The NFL, maybe, Nick, they, in the long run, have started to back off a little bit on the year long.
Now, you can catch my entire interview with Jimmy coming up at 11:35 on Sports Tonight. Now, in terms of tomorrow's announcement, I think all of us are curious as to why Judge Sue L. Robinson will rule one way or another. And I had an opportunity to chat with longtime attorney and national legal analyst Daniel Wallach this evening on a Zoom call, and he sounded hopeful for Watson and the NFLPA for several different reasons.
Watson's best argument isn't that there's an issue of fact here. It's the way the NFL treats the other owners and executives and the issue of selective enforcement and disparate discipline. And if he's going to prevail on that issue before any tribunal, it can only be before Sue Robinson.
Now, I think this part of it is very interesting. The NFLPA and Deshaun Watson released the following joint statement here saying, in part, "We will stand by her ruling and we call on the NFL to do the same," end quote. So I think a lot of people are viewing that as some optimism from the NFLPA and Watson's camp. So we'll see. And as you can imagine, tomorrow we will have you covered here on WKYC as soon as the decision comes down here on TV, as well as on WKYC.com and all of our digital avenues and social media. Jimmy will have the very latest. I know the guys on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show will be talking about it on their YouTube page. So stay with us on air here on Channel 3, WKYC.com, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We'll have you covered throughout.
All right, Nick, you know what? Let's be honest. That statement tonight is very telling. The NFLPA basically saying that they are not going to appeal, which is why many people are thinking tonight that this decision is going to be favorable in Watson's camp.
Lena, I'm right there with you. I mean, if he was to get suspended for a full season, of course the NFLPA would appeal it. So I think a lot of people are viewing this as, okay, they're pretty confident that this is either going to be 8 games or fewer, and that this ruling may go in their way. So we'll see. 9 o'clock tomorrow. Remember, catch us right here on WKYC. We'll have it as soon as that decision comes down. We will be with you on air and online.
We have been waiting. We will be ready. Thanks so much, Nick. We'll see you again in sports.